Coco. I guess we did it right the first time out. We had our big break a couple weeks ago. We got the co-host Go Game Go with Viking Stew. And they asked us back to co-host once again tonight. Well, this time, it's Viking Stew that's not there. I don't know where he's going. I mean, but today, we're going to be there with Just Jeff. And Just Jeff and I asked Stu, I said, well, you always have some great topics. What do you want us to talk about? And he says, what else do you think I want you to talk about? There's only one thing that I care about.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Are you sure, Stu?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
What was that again?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
One more time. I couldn't hear it.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Did he say what I think he said?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
He did. He did say what I think he said.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Are you for fucking real?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Damn you, Go Game Go!
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Oh my goodness. Hey Pete, where are you? Oh, there you are. What's going on?
How you doing? To join the fan club, email Viking Stew at hammeredawaylovestheRiseOfSkywalker.com.
Lance said you forgot Megaforce.
Listen, this is all Stu wants us to do is Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi. That's what he wants. So, that's what we'll have to give him.
Yeah, you're filling in for Stewart. He is on assignment elsewhere. I've always wanted to say that. Remember the news? I used to say that on the news, and the anchor would be gone. They're on assignment elsewhere. I was like, don't you mean vacation?
He'll be coming back with on the street reports.
Yeah. So what's going on, Pete?
Well, it's hey JD, what's going on?
Lance? JD made it.
It is, yeah. JD had a pretty rough day, from what I understand. Not a whole lot going on. Just puttered away, watching the weather get colder. I tell you that. But I was pretty surprised. You told me it was colder where you are than where I am today.
Yeah, I got into the 50s today. Actually, it was pretty nice. I mean, a little chilly, but it sort of wasn't cold. Put on a jacket and you're fine. We
could have 10 below Fahrenheit here sometimes at this time of year, but not this year so far. Hey, Junebug.
Oh, JD's still working. Uh-oh.
Yeah. We'll have an American IPA since I'm on the St. Louis, the Heart of America, the official St. Louis podcast right here.
Papa Pete did a great job on the Intellivisionaries podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lance.
Did that just come out?
That did. It came out on Sunday. I don't know what time it was Sunday because I didn't find it till Monday morning. And I didn't talk to Paul until Monday morning, Paul Nermanen. But he got a hold of me a month or so ago, and I had been doing a bunch of audio stuff for him, like capturing some game footage just for the audio portion. Well, it's a podcast, right? It's always going to use the audio. But capture gameplay to get the sounds and stuff from a variety of different games. And then he had an idea of doing some other things with the show. And we talked over the years about doing basically interviews for each other's channels or for the podcast and for my channel. So in the works there, we got the next, he's been working on this one for a long time, trying to get it out. I think it was January that he first asked everybody to send in their top 10 favorite television games. And he's had a lot go on in the meantime. And but part one is finally out. Him and Rick and C-Mart, all of their part ones, their 10 through 6 favorite games are in this one.
Yeah. How long was the show?
What's that?
How long was the show?
It was a short one this time. It was only like 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Wow, that is short.
For the Intellivisionaries podcast, that's a short one. Well, he's decided to try to make it a little bit shorter. Hey, Christopher.
I think their Vectron one was like 5 hours, wasn't it?
Oh, probably. Yeah. But he gets the interviews and such. Like, he gets some of the Blue Sky Rangers in there, and they get talking. And it's such interesting stuff. One of those interviews alone could be an hour and a half, right?
When do they do it live? Is it like on a weekend, I guess?
Could you say that again? When do they do it live?
Maybe when they record, when do they do it? Or did you just send in? Did you
Well,
send in audio?
I had sent in audio last January or March, I guess it was. And I'd actually recorded a video. So if you go to my channel now, I've got a video of my top 10, which is the audio part is on the podcast, but I had a video set up that I held on to. A lot of guys did audio for it, but then they released the videos as well, which I sort of thought was like, why release the video before the podcast has come out? That's not really, because that's where it's from. But anyway, so I held on to that for the last, since March. It was March when I finished it up and actually uploaded it. But that's on my YouTube channel now. Other parts of it I recorded just about 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then I know for a fact, because C-Mart's been on this channel and my channel and stuff different times before, saying about how they gotten together and recorded the sections that they did. Oh, probably early, midsummer, I'll say. So it's a real project, but it's their goal when they started, like everything else, like the 125 that I wanted to do 2 episodes a month, that I've done one every 3 months. It's a labor of love, but it's hard to have the time to do it all the time. And I'm telling you, Paul puts a lot of effort into those with editing and sound clips, and it's what makes it so entertaining. He does a fantastic job with it. I love listening to even the old shows, because there's so much information in every show. It's not something you're going to sit down and listen to, but it's something to have on while you're doing other things a lot of time, or driving. And
road trips, so those are perfect for
road trips. I said to Mama C, she loves it. I said, well, whoever drives gets to listen to what they want, right? So if I end up driving, it's 6 hours from here to visit 64-bit, 5 to 6 hours. So I said, that's perfect. We can listen to one episode of the Intellivisionaries podcast in each direction. That goes over so well.
She was so excited. Oh, I can't wait to listen to it.
And then I told her this next one was going to be a 2-parter, so we could listen to part 1 on the way down and part 2 on the way back.
She was really excited about that.
She can't wait till the next time we go.
Oh my goodness. Poor Mama C. Saboteur, how's it going?
Hey, Saboteur.
So, Pete, have you been playing anything recently?
I've been playing just in television games. I've been playing some Vectron. I got to make a Vectron video where I try to get to stage 99.
Well, we were live that, when was that, a month ago? You did pretty good, didn't you? Got in double digits.
I did all right. I couldn't believe it. I don't think I got quite that far, but I've got a trick up my sleeve. So just to be able to see the different stages and what they are. But other than that, I've been playing some homebrews because I'm trying to get some stuff ready for some homebrew spotlights. Yeah, I've been watching. You've been doing some great things with the Indie Spotlight and with the your shoot 'em up show, huh?
Ah, thanks. Hey,
Right.
man. Yeah, I'm still putting out 2 a week. Yeah, so if anyone wants to watch it, go ahead, because no one else is watching them. It's a very, very lowly rated, viewed videos, but I don't know. I think they're kind of fun. I like doing them. So
that's the point, right?
So I'll keep doing it. Actually, I just ran into a game late last night. I was on the Switch playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
The new one, and someone popped up, in the corner, like a friend popped up and said they were playing, I forgot the name of the game. But I was like, what the heck is that? And I went and looked at it. And it turns out it was like a $10 game on sale for $2.
Oh, wow.
But it's part puzzle, part shooter. And so I downloaded it, and the thing's great. You start off with, you know how in puzzle games you got like these colored gems? Well, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But they're not falling or anything. You've got to blast your way through them. But when you hit certain ones, they turn into like stones that you can't shoot out anymore.
Okay.
And if you shoot one that's connected to other of the same color, then they all turn to stone. So you got to be careful so you don't block your own path. But as you shoot, gems come out, and you're trying to collect all those so you can buy upgrades for your ship. So it looks like each stage is in 2 halves. You got the puzzle part where you've got to shoot through.
Yep.
And there's also enemies in there trying to kill you while you're trying to get through. And then once you get past that, there's a boss, and the boss is just a pure like shoot 'em up. Just dozens of bullets coming out at once. And but then when you're done, every time you run through, even if you lose, because you only get one hit and you're dead. But even if you lose, you keep the gems, and then you can go to the store. You can buy new ships. You can buy upgrades for your ships.
Yep.
It's a really clever game. I like it. So I was thinking, I was like, I don't know where to put that in the indie game spotlight or the shoot 'em up. I'm gonna do that for the shooter though.
It would fit for either. What do you have more difficult time finding games for? Which one of the two?
Neither.
Neither. There you
Neither.
go.
You would think shooters, but the Switch has so many. It's like, and they come out almost quicker than I can even make these videos. So I feel like every week there's more shooters available than before. But I guess there's probably more indie games for sure. There's just so many. But yeah, it's fun, especially like the shooter stuff. I found a lot of Japanese games I've been playing.
Yep.
Which are neat. And some of those I don't think will ever come to the U.S. or North America. I don't know why. But they're very Japanese. There's not very. Those are the ones that are on the Japanese flip phones, which is kind of weird. But there's not a whole lot of English in them, so they could easily convert that.
I don't know if you're getting that sound. The cat was scratching herself on the microphone, so I thought I'd pull it over here a little ways.
Are there any Darius games on the Switch? There is a Darius collection, Salvatore.
Oh, wow. Salvatore, you need a Switch. Remember we had that conversation the other night, didn't we?
Yes, he needs one.
I see that somewhere where Salvatore, maybe it was when I was watching an old one, but Salvatore didn't have a Switch.
We were watching, when was it?
That was during your Mario Party stream.
Which there's two Mario Parties on Switch. The newest one is really, really good.
Yeah.
Because not only is there like over 100 mini games, plus they have the boards like normal, but everything's online, which is awesome. They did add online to the previous Mario Party, but this one, everything is online right out of the gate.
That one, right?
Yep.
That's the original one.
That's the original one, and there's an update. Uh-oh. Where's that? You're missing a game, Pete.
I don't know. But it could very well be MJ may have that one in their case.
Salvator's been thinking about getting a Switch all day. I say,
there you go.
Get the old one.
Let's take it for what it's worth. I don't know, but I just did start seeing videos yesterday that Switch are shutting down their production significantly or cutting it back because of the chip shortage.
Yeah, so I would grab one as soon as possible because, man, what a time to be shutting down. It was right before the holidays here.
Yeah, really.
Whew. That's going to be rough on, I guess, Xbox and Sony will probably be in the same boat, I would think.
Well, I would think. And they can't get the products from where they're made to North America either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Salvatore, the Darius games, I got that on a cartridge. The Japanese version is on cartridge. You can buy them off the eShop here. But those games are great. Have you ever played a Darius game, Pete?
No.
I've never really played them, but on the arcades, let's see. I only got two of these. But in the arcades, the screen is like this. It's really long and thin, not very tall.
Okay.
But it's a horizontal shooter. So it's a whole different perspective. It's so interesting. And on the Switch, that's how it is. It's almost like it's almost like when you're watching a letterbox movie on your old CRTs.
One of those, what do they call it? Anamorphic widescreen, 2.35 to 1 or something like that? Yeah,
so on the Switch, it's this big, long screen, but then you got black on top and bottom just because they made it as big as they could. But it's just so short, which makes it really cool. Yeah, I'm glad they have that.
Star Wars movies are an anamorphic widescreen, actually. But this one here, I decided probably a good day for it today. Rise of Skywalker is going to officially guards Stu's beer for him since he's such a big fan.
Excellent.
So that's where it stays from now on. That's its location.
What if you found out Stewart took the night off to watch Rise of Skywalker?
Well, I didn't want to start that rumor, but I had a suspicion. And seeing how you just brought it up, it sort of drives that in just a little bit. I think he's going to come back next week. A fan. I really do. A bigger fan than he already is.
That'd be the greatest turnaround in the history of the world.
It would.
He comes back. He's got a Rise of Skywalker shirt.
Yep.
So, I wonder do I still have that? Remember I put his head in that poster? I wonder if I still have that.
That's hilarious.
By the way, does everyone like our big faces behind our screens? Oh, I think that's hilarious.
It's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary.
Hey, one more quarter.
One More Quarter's been putting out a lot of videos lately. Very cool. He's got a lot of good shooters. He does. I don't have that picture. Too bad. One More Quarter. So, Pete, I've been watching a lot of wrestling lately.
Have you? I have not. I just sort of backed off it again.
I watched Monday Night Raw. I watched, what was it? AEW. I guess it was Friday, I think.
Right.
That was one of the best wrestling ones I've seen in a long time. Every match was great.
Wow.
I think MJF came out, did some nonsense like he always does. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But on Raw, Charlotte Flair was wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on. She was like really slow and stiff, and like even her moves weren't very good. Like she wasn't really, landing stuff or making it look good. I mean, everything was off on that. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it's almost like she didn't want to be there. Maybe she wasn't feeling good. I don't know.
I've been seeing a lot. Like one thing that I do have on my YouTube feed is I subscribe to a lot of the different wrestling channels, like What Culture Wrestling, WrestleMania, Slatwalk Wrestling, and stuff like that. And one of the headlines I'm seeing most of all is that Charlotte Flair's in a very negative light in the WWE locker room now. Locker room and with management, that she's going to be gone sooner than later.
Why did they say she's in a bad light? I've seen those headlines, but I haven't really watched them to see.
Is she still the champion?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
They just switched, from Raw to SmackDown.
Okay.
Hey, so her and Becky Lynch had to switch belts.
Huh, that's weird. Why? How did they pull that off?
They just go to the ring and they hand each other the belt. Now they're the new champions.
Boy, that's really exciting, isn't it?
Because I don't understand this. So Flair got drafted into SmackDown, I guess. And Becky Lynch is in the other one. Well, they were both in the opposite ones, and they're both champions at the time. So I guess to make it fair, they say, well, since you're both champions and you've got switched, you'll just switch titles. Which would be an interesting thing if one of them. Well, I think they may have both won both these titles several times by now. But if one of them hadn't won the other title yet, they would have actually been champion of that new belt without ever wrestling for it.
Yeah,
that's very strange.
Yeah, the whole thing's pretty strange to me now. I don't know.
So, if I remove us, I can bring us right back in right away, right?
Yes.
I just want to do it real quick just to show the mugshots.
Yeah. Isn't that attractive? Yeah, our wives are such lucky people.
Well, that's why we're covering up our faces with smaller versions of our faces.
That's right. Yeah, it is kind of neat, though. It's a neat idea for a background. I saw that when you put it in the thumbnail. I was like, "That's a good one."
Because I used yours once before when you did an unboxing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Or no, we were unboxing your stuff that you sent us.
Oh, okay.
Because I put your face in the background with big copy over it, and I think you said you didn't notice right away.
Yeah.
So I had to do a quick picture of me, and then they did the same thing with the grayscale. And
that's great. Oh, where is he?
So I've been watching a lot of wrestling. Hey,
Johnny Yups. Johnny Yups.
Johnny Yups. Hey, wait a minute. It's got, let's say, Spaceballs on this. What is that?
I don't know.
Right. It may be. I was trying to find who streams Mel Brooks movies. I was looking, and I think Amazon Prime has Young Frankenstein.
Yep. Classic.
And I feel like they're all over again, or they're all over the place. It's not like one streaming service has them all. They're just kind of wherever.
Right.
It was a brief talk about wrestling.
Sports entertainment.
That's right. I'm sorry. Sports entertainment. I love that they say that.
Just like dancing. Dancing with body slams.
Why don't they say wrestling? Like when the wrestler will be like, I'm the greatest champion of all time in sports entertainment. And I'm like, why don't you just say wrestling?
Yeah, well, they're not allowed to in World Wrestling Entertainment. And it's not World Wrestling Entertainment anymore either. It's WWE. Coco, guess what? Your basket is occupied. She's going to get upset here in a second.
Can you lay one cat on top of the other?
Well, Coco can't be the one on top. Let's put it that way.
Poor Coco.
The one that's in the basket is actually the only one with ranking over top of Coco anyway. It's the oldest one. The one in the basket, the black cat, she's 14.
How old's Coco?
Coco is, I think, around 11 or 12 now. You can't come up, kiddo. I'll pick you up for a second, but I can only do it for so long. Oh!
I've never heard of Yidio. As a search site tells you what services different movies are on.
Huh.
Yeah, Tubi does have a lot of stuff.
Tubi does. It's hard to find stuff in Tubi, I find. Like you say, buried. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because I really do have a hard time finding it. Yeah, I have some of them. Tell you one that's sort of overlooked a lot. I like High Anxiety. I've always liked that movie.
When we first got cable, I don't know when that was, 81, 82. There was a Mel Brooks film that was out at the time on HBO.
Right.
It was Silent Movie with Dom DeLuise. Remember that?
Yeah. I know what you mean. I don't think that I've ever watched the whole thing.
Well, I watched it by a few times just because it's cable. It's brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was one word spoken in that whole movie.
Oh, damn! I know that too. Shoot, I know. I won't remember in a million years.
It was Marceau, the mime, which I thought was pretty funny to have a mime have the only.
Oh, right. That's right.
The only word in the movie. Wait, what was the Aerosmith Young Frankenstein link?
That's right. Savater liked High Anxiety as well. Oh, that was a great movie. There's one scene in High Anxiety that I really, really enjoyed. I thought it was just really neat. It was where they're trying to show, prove that he wasn't the one that killed or whatever like that. And they have a picture. And they go, blow up the picture. And they go, and it's just a bigger version of the picture. Instead, and then blow it up again, and it's a bigger version of the picture. By the time they're all done, this picture is like 2 stories by it's this massive freaking photograph. And I just love the way that I just never forget that scene. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, Walk This Way. Okay.
Caveman and Ringo
Starr.
Starr. Yes.
That's where he met his wife, right?
Barbara
Wasn't she in that
Bach.
movie?
Yeah.
I think that's how they met. Or were they
I'm
already
sorry.
married?
I have to look for a second on that one.
Papa Pete's going to the archives. Pete, you have no message on the back of your chair this time.
No, I don't. Well, there's nothing there for Stu, so I guess I wasn't thinking today. It's perfect time because there's no rebuttal coming if I have a message for Stewart. Although I flip those around, it says something like Stu loves Rise of Skywalker, and it's like, he never sees it anyway. The chat goes on, and then Stu goes, what did I miss? It's all right. It's all right. Listen, he took tonight off to watch Rise of Skywalker. I really didn't think that was it until you just confirmed it. But so next week he's going to come back with a new appreciation. That's all I have to say.
That'll be pretty fun. I haven't watched I haven't watched another Star Wars movie yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Rogue One.
Rogue One is the last one. So you're into the originals now.
Yeah. First Star Wars is the next one I'll watch.
Yeah.
And I told you, I saw that one in the theater when it first came out.
Right.
And I saw the next two, but to be honest, I don't remember them at all.
Both great movies. I mean, I have nostalgia goggles on for them, obviously, because, I was a kid. I still remember going to see the first one when I was 9, and I remember that I went to see the second one right when it came out with my brother, who took me to see the first one. My brother and his wife and her sisters. We all went to see both the first two, I'm quite sure. And then the third one, my brother-in-law and I went to see, and just things you remember, right? And then when the new ones come out in 99, my brother-in-law and I went again. So that was kind of neat.
That's very
The last three, I went with my kid when he was 15, 16, up through. So it's like there's special things about those movies that with family and with memories and much more than, some of them are better quality than others. There's no denying that. Now, at the end of the day, that's not really.
Was your son a big fan of Star Wars before the film? Before you went to watch them with him?
Pardon me?
Was your son a big fan of Star Wars before you guys went to see?
Yes, that style, that type of movie, the lore he'd seen the other ones. Remember, because he was born in 99, which is when Phantom Menace came out. So I had probably force-fed him Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith as he was growing up, and he likes things like that. He watched Rebels. He watched the animated shows on TV, and he had the toys and the games, the video games and such. So he was a fan, yes.
Very cool. I'm trying to bring up. I want to bring up this image here. Slappy made an image for us, which is very cool.
Oh, that was so neat. You have that there?
Yeah, I do. I got to throw it onto a page here to show it. Let's see.
Slappy's been putting out a few the last few days.
He's on a roll.
He is. He put one out. I guess it must have been just today that I just saw, not a half hour before the show.
Oh, he did. It was really cool.
It was. JD or Lance found it and posted in our group, I believe.
A handheld.
Oh, yeah. That was so cool.
A handheld and television. That even included a spot for the overlays.
That's a great picture right there.
Wait, let me see if I can make that any bigger.
I can't figure out how to do that from here. But it
still
still
stays
stays
within the original
screen, right?
That didn't change, did it?
It did, but you just cut off a little bit of the bottom.
Ah, shoot. Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything at the bottom.
It's Viking Stew. Cheers and smoochies. Thanks for helping out, Pete. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. Listen, anytime you want us to talk about Rise of Skywalker, I am here and ready and willing. Toblerone.
Toblerone.
And don't worry, while you're not here, Ray is watching out for your can of beer right here. So
So real quick on this image, you got Charles Nelson Riley, top right, Maud, what looks like to be a Funko Pop. Got both our logos. This is my favorite thing right here. An outline of Perry.
Right, yeah.
Right above the controller. That is funny.
That is great.
Yeah, I asked Tommy if we could get a when this version of the Amico would be available for pre-order. He never got back with me.
Yeah.
What's going on, Stewart? Yeah, no super chicken, Lance.
Hey, Pete. Good to see you, man. Classy gaming fun.
Yeah, Pete, I think you should wear a monocle when you do those videos to be classy. Like Mr. Peanut.
Yeah. I think he does good. I think he does good as is. I like Pete's videos.
I was going to say a Top Hat, but Top Hat Gaming Man already has that covered.
Yeah. That sticks. Yeah, it's all right.
You know he was a wrestler?
Top Hat Gaming Man?
Yeah.
Did he wear a top hat when he wrestled? Like, there was a couple guys in WWE a few years ago that were like, did that shtick?
I don't know if he did or not, but he's shown some pictures. I haven't seen him in quite a while, to be honest.
He ain't that kind of classy.
Pete can pump out the videos, man.
Did I got to share it up there now? I put it on. I got a neat purchase the other day too. I was very happy to get. My lovely wife bought it for me for, I don't know what for Christmas or just because of it. I don't know.
Right now, when someone needs to send you something.
That's right. Listen, guys, you're already in the chat. Stop sending stuff. Anyway, for anybody who doesn't know, these paintings are by Addams. He's known as Square Painter. He's from down around the Philadelphia area. I met him first. First time I met him was in 2016 or 17 at Too Many Games. And I have another picture of his that I'm going to get out and put up sometime. I could grab it very quickly and show it to you.
No. Yeah. Johnny Ups just mentioned this. I forgot I'm wearing the shirt to match the painting here.
Yeah, that's what reminded me of it when you did that. I'll show you this in a minute, but that's what it is. He goes by the handle Square Painter, and he started quite a few years ago, and he sells pictures at conventions all around the country. And he takes different iconic scenes and recreations from different video games and does them in a pixel art form. And it's an actual painting. It's not, like what do you call the little perlers or that. This is a painting. This was on there, and I thought ice hockey. First one I've seen that he did with ice hockey, and we got such a history with that. We haven't done it in a long time though, Jeff, have we?
We need to do one soon, Pete.
We do. But fantastic. So I got this from him. It's on its way. I guess I bought it last week, or Mama C bought it for me. I was very happy. It was very nice for her to do so. And so it's my second piece of artwork from Square Painter. I'll hold this up when we go a little bit closer again. Here, I'll just do this.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, so that's the ice hockey one is on its way. And then I got this one from him down at Too Many Games, I think in 2017 or 18. And it's kind of a neat picture, but he grids it all off, and he does it by drawing the individual pixels.
That's cool.
I just really like that from Kung Fu. Oop. And 18, there it is, right on there, Square Painter.
Wow.
So I mean, this is an actual piece of artwork. It's not a reproduction or anything. So it's kind of neat to have. Very neat to have, actually.
That's very neat that it's an original.
Yeah.
It's even better.
Like I bought that. That goes up on his site. Like he sells stuff on Store Envy or whatever. It's one of these sites that you can buy stuff. He's on Facebook as well. But messed up my screen. But it's not like there's going to be another one. He makes one, he sells it, he moves on to something else because there's an infinite.
Oh, he doesn't do any duplicates.
Does not do duplicates. No.
Oh wow! So you had a
Yeah.
Will he do more than one of the same game, you think? Just like a
He
different
probably
scene?
will do more than one of the same game, because I know he's had different like Mega Man ones. Like, this is fairly small, right? This painting of the hockey is actually a 10x10 print. It's not a print, it's a painting. But he has large ones, which are in the, many hundreds of dollars, which he takes to the, 500 to 800,000, and they're extremely detailed from some of these games, all done in pixel art. One by painting in individual squares.
And that reminds me, my oldest son at Mo Game Con, like I guess it was 3 years ago we went.
Right.
First time. He bought, oh no, wait. No, that's not where he got it. My nephew bought my son a painting, but it's kind of just like that. It was it's a painting about so big, and it has a painting of Bomberman on it, but it's all pixel art.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any chance it's the same guy.
Well, it may be, because where did you say it was? Mo Game Con?
No, I had that wrong. It was my nephew bought it. I don't know where he got it from, but he bought it for my son, because we used to always do these like big Saturn Bomberman tournaments.
Sure.
So we bought him a Bomberman one, but it's a pixelated Bomberman. And we showed those two. Then it hit me. I was like, wow, I wonder if that's one of his.
Well, it's going to have that on the top of it.
I'm gonna have to look after the show and see. I'm curious.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. But very, very well. He's also, Square Painter is also the bassist in Rex Viper. Do you know who Rex Viper is?
Wait, is that James Rolfe?
That's James Rolfe's band, yes. James Rolfe is a guitarist.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Has he ever been on the show, like as a character? Angry Video Game Nerd? I know he's had a lot of his friends in the past.
No. Adam's been in a lot of stuff. Like, he's been in a lot of videos with Game Chasers or anything around any of the conventions. He's been in several Game Chasers episodes. He does outros for me. I have him doing outros every now and again. That from back that year, he did it for me, and I've been using them ever since. Matter of fact, I used some within the last 2 or 3 weeks. I always like to do that. I don't know why. A lot of people will put them at the beginning of the video, but it's just sort of, I like putting them at the end. Just different people I've met and stuff like that, do them up for me, and I love putting them at the end of my video. Then, of course, now I have the other, hey, paying a sub, how you doing, man? Now, of course, I have the other, what do you call it, the bumper at the end from Gamers United Guild as well.
Well, having those at the end is kind of smart, because I remember, like, if someone starts watching your videos for the first time, they may not know it's there, and they might click off as soon as you're done and not even see it. But at some point, they're going to see it.
Yeah, and
then you kind of want to see it when when the video's over. You kind of want to just keep watching.
Wonder who's on there today. I haven't got any new ones in a while, though.
Because DJC does that. I don't know how many of his videos I watched at first, and I just kept hitting back the back button. And then one day I wasn't at the remote, and it played, and I was like, wait a minute, does he do this all the time? These little skits at the end. I had no
every time. Jack always has a little thing at the end, which I love, and it's like the Marvel movies, right? There's always a false ending, right?
Yes. Well, we got a lot of people here want an Amico hockey game.
Oh yeah, so it'll be so great when they do. I don't know if it'll be NHL hockey or not. Yes, it was, JD. You're right, it was. That was pretty cool looking. He's done something else like that before. Not the same, different one, just very, very similar. Similar type of artwork. It doesn't need to be an NHL hockey game, I don't think, but it would be cool if it was. Sort of in the same regards as the baseball. Don't need MLBPA, just need the teams. Just need the teams like, Seattle Kraken versus the St. Louis Blues, right?
It would be cool. A huge baseball fan, and it's cool they have the license for the teams.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, to be honest, if they didn't have the teams, I'd still play it. I wouldn't care.
Understood.
I mean, what is it? Baseball Stars from SNK is one of my favorite baseball games, and there's everything's fake.
Absolutely.
Not even the teams are real.
American Dreams versus the Lovely Ladies.
The key is.
Hey, Luke. Damn you, go game, go.
Luke, I didn't see it come in. How's it going?
2K Hockey used to let you drive the Zamboni. It was pretty fun. I do not remember that, Johnny. That would be cool.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to think if I ever played 2K Hockey. I played a lot of 2K football, NHL, NFL on the Dreamcast.
Turn around and look here, because I don't know what years they did, but there's 3 2Ks right there. There's 2K 7, 6, and 5.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's any of these or not. Drive the Zamboni. I have never heard of that. I can remember when EA Sports wasn't it? They for their NHL they got the exclusive rights, which kind of sucks when they do that. But that's amazing.
Yeah, look at this. So you got the screen. I guess the on, off, and reset. You put the cartridge in the side, and I mean, it's perfect. You got your thumbs right there for the pad, the overlay, and you got the disc. Yeah. It's awesome with the 2 buttons.
Phenomenal. There's one though he designed. It's not. I don't think it was this same one. I don't think he sent this back out. I think this was totally redesigned. He had one, I think, that had the screen in the middle, and you held it with 2 hands like this, like just a design that Slappy made up. And everybody looked at that and said, "That's beautiful. I want one. Somebody make that. This one too. Somebody make that. That'd be incredible. Can you imagine?"
I really like this design. It was really smart.
That's what I was listening to the other day. I was sitting there thinking, okay, what was I listening to the other day about the Zamboni? And I was listening to the Intellivisionaries podcast episode, I think it's 12. And they were talking about Thin Ice, and Keith Robinson was on there with Julie Hagasaki, I think's her name, who was the main programmer for Thin Ice. But, of course, Keith Robinson could tell stories like, if you don't listen to anything else on the Intellivisionaries podcast, find the episodes with Keith Robinson and listen to him tell stories, because it's just riveting. He's hilarious. And anyway, they talked about the Zamboni, and when they were making Thin Ice, they wanted to call it Zamboni in the book. It turned out it's a copyrighted term. So they were only allowed, they had to get a permission and a license in order to use the word Zamboni in the friggin' instruction manual for Thin Ice. And they had not done anything with that or with NHL hockey, but they wish they had, because I don't believe it was the family of the creator. And I don't think they got money. I think, remember, this is 1986 or something, or 84 for Thin Ice. Nobody really knew what licensing fees were about. They just gave permission, and they gave permission, so they called it a Zamboni. So Thin Ice, with that in mind, is the only game for the Intellivision that has a Zamboni. Yeah. NHL hockey did not.
Remember any ice hockey? This game had a Zamboni. Well,
yeah. Well, they didn't call it a Zamboni. Yeah. Zamboni's the licensed term, right?
I didn't realize that machine was an actual product name.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. It's a family name. It's the family who created it. It's the Zambonis. So's a Ford, right? Henry Ford made, whatever the guy's name is, Zamboni, made the Zamboni.
God, that'd be a great name, wouldn't it? Zamboni.
Yeah.
It's Zamboni.
A colloquial term for the ice skating machine. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not 100% sure. Well, no, there's probably other ones that are made, but I bet you the vast majority are produced by Zamboni, because how many of them are needed in the country? Maybe 5,000 in the country? 10,000? They're expensive. I do know that, because we have them when we buy them for arenas. It's very expensive to get them.
Do you think all hockey arenas, like even like the really, really small ones, do you think they buy that, or is there another way to?
No, they do. They do have Zambonis. They buy Zambonis.
Okay. Wow.
When I was a kid, I can remember, like I'm talking, I do not remember. See you, Stu. I don't. You bet, brother. No problem. I do not remember them pre our arena in town. Although they built it, it opened after I was born. But when they first opened the arena, I do remember seeing a piece of equipment that was on the back of a tractor that would go out on the ice. They'd fill it with water, they put it down, and they drive the tractor around the ice and clean the ice surface. But not very long. And by the time I was actually playing hockey at 10 years old, I played quite late. At about 10, I think, when I started, we had a Zamboni, and they've had various Zambonis ever since. But I mean, you have a Zamboni, you take care of it, it lasts for 20 years, right?
Pete, what kind of Canadian starts playing hockey at 10? Shouldn't you be
The kind who lives in the country and plays on the pond while he's growing up, but doesn't actually go to town to play quote unquote organized hockey, right?
Pond hockey sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, because you just play in the yard like you're playing hockey every day of life. But back at that time, to play organized hockey was a different breed. Like you come in from the country, the world was a bigger place, literally.
It just seems like playing hockey outside, especially if it's snowing out, that'd be like the best thing ever, wouldn't it?
Well, it is all right, especially on a lake. They used to be like the playing hockey in the Rideau Canal in Ottawa, which is world famous for freezing over and just people playing and skating and everything on the canals in Ottawa, right? Trouble is somebody gets a breakaway and they end up skating for 150 miles before they realize they got to stop and turn back, right?
Do they bring the old Zamboni on the lakes, Pete?
The Zambonis usually didn't go into lakes. The lakes were shovels, and if you were really good at a really lake that was close to a town, you had a hose. But I can remember playing it. We had a camp out at a lake that's about 15 miles out of town, small town, remember? And the squad of people, if there was 10 people who wanted to go play, everybody bring a shovel and everybody go to town, start shoveling. So it was just like a Zamboni, right? Shovel the snow off the ice. And different weather. If you had a warm spell and then it snowed, well, that would ruin the ice because it would. But if you had a hard snap and it snowed on it, it would just scrape off right easy, nice and smooth. The ice would be perfect. So that's what we grew up with, Like every day, I get home on the school bus every day at 3:30, and I'd be on the pond by 3:35 for 8 years.
Yeah, it doesn't get cold enough here for pond hockey. I mean, lakes and stuff will freeze over here, but
yeah,
I wouldn't trust them. I don't think the ice is thick enough.
I'm going to tell you this right now. It's less cold here now than it was when I was a kid, like significantly. By this time, you'd be thinking about going out skating on the pond. And today it was 50 degrees Fahrenheit here. So we're right at the sort of the cusp where we have 100 degree weather in the summer, and we used to have 40 below zero weather in the winter, and we've moderated quite a bit. We have 110 in the summer now, and some years it doesn't even get that cold. Like it gets to 10 below, maybe Celsius, so maybe 0 Fahrenheit. So
I feel like our temperatures have been more moderate, like in all seasons. Like I feel like we used to get more snow and it used to be colder in the winter, and it definitely used to be hotter in the summer. Like when I was in high school,
we'd
have several days in a row, it'd be like over 100.
There you go.
Now, if it gets to 100, it might get to 100 once or twice, but we'd have spells where it'd be like several days.
All this talk about hockey, I got to check I got NHL Network. I got to see how my Bruins are doing.
Here you go, Terminator 2 4K edition, $8 on Amazon.
Oh, okay,
Pete, if you adopt JD, he's going to come over and play pond hockey with you.
Friggin' right. Come on over, man. We'll find it. I was down yesterday cleaning my basement, and I found my goalie skates from 1983. I still wear them. I go out, I play. Now, I never played net very much the last few years, but I go out and play games, and I wear goalie skates. And they're significantly different than regular skates, as JD will let you know. They're flat. They're almost like more ski-like. Like there's more surface area. An actual hockey skate, there's only about a half inch to an inch that's touching the ice at any one time, and they rock. So it helps you turn and such. And with the flatter surface, have you ever skied, Jeff?
I didn't know that. I can't even ice skate. I've only been ice skating like once, and it was.
Well, you know, with skis, anybody who skis, it's very difficult to turn with a ski because you have so much long surface area. Well, a goalie skate has about that much area touching, and it's a bit of an art to learn how to skate with those. And that's the way I always did it. So that's the way I learned. But one thing about it as well, when you have 1 inch touching the ice and you're striding, it makes one noise. But when you have 8 inches of skate cutting through the ice as you go, it makes a much different noise. So you can hear me coming a mile away.
That reminds me of, there was one Blues game years, I think it was like in the 90s, where Curtis Joseph and I forgot who the other goalie was, but they just skated right towards each other. And they met at center ice and just started pounding on each other.
Wouldn't have been Ed Belfour, would it?
I'm not sure.
St. Louis, Chicago had quite the rivalry, and Belfour, that was like Belfour's shtick, you know?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Big rivalries back then were Blackhawks and Red Wings.
And Toronto, too. They were all in the same division. We got a Summer Love dry, hot, sour ale.
So, Pete, I was checking. We are live on Facebook. How about that?
Well, that's cool. We were wondering if it was going to work.
And I looked, and we're live on Twitch.
I've never been on Twitch before.
I don't know if anyone is even watching on either one of those platforms, but
it's there. The test is working.
Yeah, and no one said anything about the stream, so I guess the stream has been fine, not choppy or anything.
Yeah.
I just think it's trying to run a game. Is that beer 2?
Beer 2. Summer Love. Here's the Go Game Go. Great channel, good friends, great chat. Cheers.
And just like that, you froze, Pete.
I froze. Am I all right?
Am I back? You're not froze. Well,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
you're fine now.
All
right. Last time that happened on the show, I was the one who was frozen, but I didn't realize it. I thought everyone else was frozen because Stewart froze, and then I don't know if it was Panda.
Oh,
and he froze, and I'm talking. I'm like, "Where'd you guys go?" But I didn't realize.
Then you were gone.
Then I was gone. I was like, "Oh wait, was that me?"
Have you tried the Sticks Oh Mama beer? No, I've never heard of that one. Papa Pete's Frozen Salute. Beer counter 2. That'd probably be the maximum beer counter tonight, guys. I didn't have any beforehand. I like to have a couple beer during the stream. Not too many. I think I haven't had a beer in 3 or 4 days till tonight, so that's good. And Treacle left the basket, so Coco can go back in the basket.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, if I could get her there without giving myself a hernia. She's in. And she's happy.
You ever had a hernia, Pete?
No.
I had one. It was terrible.
Yeah. No, I've been lucky, I guess. Old school white cowling Mickey Mouse goalie skates.
I'm looking at this. It's okay. It was the Red Wings, the Curtis Joseph goalie fight.
Oh, okay.
Tim Shovelday. Jim Cummins and Kelly Chase were fighting, and it's I don't know how two goalies get into a fight. Like, are they yelling at each other? Can they even hear each other over the crowd?
It happens.
That's funny. Nothing quite like a goalie fight. I think maybe they were just, I think because everybody was fighting at this point. So I think they decided, well, you know what? We might as well fight too.
All right, we're in images. Lance wants to see what not Lance. JD wants to know what my goalie skates look like. But a mouse took up. Yeah, mice like goalie skates. These right here are extremely similar to my goalie skates. I'm going to try to get a better size picture here. Oh, yeah, that'll be a good picture. There, right there. Very similar to my. I'll tell you this right now. It doesn't show you very well. You can sort of see it on this side right here. Actually, it'll go bigger. There we go. That right there is all a solid piece of plastic with foam underneath. And it goes right out the inside of your foot, across your toe, and then on the outside of your foot, it's lower. So if you get a puck in the outside of the foot, right in here, that's right on your foot. That hurts. But the protection on the inside is pretty damn good, and the heel's very, very good as well. But also these blades right here, again, you sort of see what I mean by it goes right down and it's flat from about here. Where can I go? You see how flat the blade is right about from this point to this point is all touching the ice at one time. Makes it very hard to turn. And you never had them very sharp because you were trying to go side to side, so they'd be dull, so they wouldn't grip in the ice and tip you over. You know, you'd have to horizontally be able to move in them as well. I don't know. I think they're probably as safe, if not safer, than any of the skates that they have nowadays. But they probably weighed about 4 times as much, I'll tell you that. But the blades themselves, those blades typically were about triple the size, the width of a regular hockey blade as well. You could shoot a puck at that blade all day and it would never break it. Whereas nowadays, with you see blades falling out of skates all the time. Anyway.
Very cool. Did you see? I don't know if he's joking or not, but this is hilarious. There's talk of an ABBA and Costello tour. I hope that's real.
God. That's hilarious. I'd go see that.
I was just thinking, I don't know if anyone knows who ABBA or I'm not sure if anyone knows who ABBA and Costello are, but I guess if you know who ABBA and Elvis Costello are, you probably know ABBA and Costello.
Yes. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty clever. ABBA and Costello. That's a good one. I like when we transition screens here. You can see our faces just briefly.
And we look so happy when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. No, Van Beeswick wasn't by then, was he? Wasn't he on? He was at Florida by then. When they wanted, because it was Richter who was on, who was the goaltender for the team then.
You know, it's funny. I don't think any of my kids know who ABBA and Costello are, but I guess my youngest does now because I played him their routine of Who's on First.
Oh yeah,
a couple years ago while we were driving around. He just thought that was hilarious. Every so often he has me play it. It really is funny. Oh, I love that.
It's classic. I don't know when the last time I've seen it was, but that's different times.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions too. Oh, Stewart sent a photo. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at this.
Uh-oh.
So Stewart went to see a concert.
Oh, okay. Make yourself full screen. Maybe we'll see it.
Oh, yeah, that might help.
Well, that's cool.
Can't quite get the focus in.
Right in the first order.
So that's what he's doing tonight. Very cool. Let's see. How do I get you back, Pete? I got to go back to exit solo layout. There we go.
There it is.
Shady loved Abbott and Costello.
I really never watched Abbott and Costello much when I was younger. Did you watch it?
Oh, yeah. I watched them all because the local channel here, Channel 11, every Saturday, starting at noon, they would show comedies, like old comedy movies. Abbott Costello, Laurel and Hardy, Mom and Pa Kettle.
Mom and Pa Kettle were big here, yep.
Stuff like that. And then on Sunday, starting at noon, they would show dramas. Trying to think what they would show. Oh, they also showed the Bowery Boys, I remember.
I've heard of that, but I don't know it at all.
It's kind of funny, those shows. I don't know if many people even remember a lot of that stuff anymore. It's been so long. Abbott Costello movies used to come on right before WWF wrestling on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, that's not yesterday, Lance.
I watched cartoon cats that were in the likeness of Abbott Costello.
I vaguely remember that, though.
Well, I remember there was a Three Stooges cartoon where there were robots. And it was so strange. It's like, why would you make the Stooges robots? I think they were called the Robonic Stooges. I don't think it was robotic. I think it was robonic. It was something strange. Are you popping something up here, Pete?
I'm just not yet. I'm just looking to see if I can find something for that. Abbott and Costello was cats. I can vaguely remember that.
They had a TV show on one of the cable channels in the 80s. They used to show old TV shows like from the 50s, and they would show Abbott and Costello, Jack Benny, Burns and Allen. God, it was really cool to see. Oh yeah. They used to show Blondie movies here too a lot.
I can remember those. Yeah, Dagwood and Blondie. Oh, this is a video. Don't want that.
Johnny Abbott Costello was, I think it was on Saturday mornings here in New York City. You got Bowery Boys or the East Side Boys. Oh, wow. They were in a movie with James Cagney and Humphrey Bogart.
Abbott and Costello. There it is right there.
Abbott and Costello.
Abbott and Costello.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Jeez. What was the other one? Close that one, and I'll see if I can find the Three Stooges cartoon.
Well, they had a regular one, but I think the other one, I think it was called the Robonic Stooges with an N, which is really weird. Oh, you know, on our movie night, I got a copyright claim.
Really? Over what? Over what?
It was a commercial for, what was it for? I don't remember what the commercial was.
I know some of my intros have gotten you copyright claims before.
Well, they gave me an option. Not that it matters. I mean, we're not, what do you call it? Monetized. So it's like, it doesn't make any difference, but, they gave the option of just muting the video just for that portion while it was on.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I found the Stooges here.
I found a bunch too. I just can't get a good one to open up here.
There you go. The Robonic Stooges. Yeah, what is this? The Robotic Stooges animation limited edition, 1 of 100 cover. Rarest limited edition featuring an animation cell cover from the original Robotic Stooges cartoon. Only 100 copies printed. Wow. That's interesting. Oop.
That's a neat picture. Good picture.
That is cool.
Like I say, I had a new oil tank installed today. Really impressive way to spend $2,000.
Thanks, Nick. Nice to see you.
Hey, Nick. What's going on, man? But I cleaned my basement out cleaned it up, straightened it up a little bit so they could get it all done on Monday. And I was hoping to find the box for my stickler. No luck at all, but I found a few neat things. One of the things I found was a DC Comics #1 for Mankind. It was a WWE Comics Volume 1. Mankind. I have no idea where I got it, when I got it, what it's worth, if anything.
You think they made more?
I have no idea. I think there were different episodes, but this was #1. I should look.
Here you go. Johnny Ups wants to know about who wrote your theme song.
Oh, that is by Dan O'Day, formerly currently of Rebel Gaming Club. Check out his channel, Rebel Gaming Club. But he was the lead singer for a punk rock group for about 15 years called River City Rebels. And he lives currently in New Hampshire. He's from New Hampshire. Met him through my kid, 64-bit, became buddies with him online. And we had too many games. Ran into him. Great guy. Send parcels back and forth once in a while, once every blue moon. He's done a lot of different theme songs for people. For another one right up top of my head is CM Retro. If you've heard CM Retro's theme song, Dan wrote that one as well. So, yeah, he said he offered to write one. He said, "Let me know what you want for a tune." And I just found this stupid saying plaque thing: "If you don't grow up by the age of 50, you don't have to." And I sent that to him. And the rest is history.
That's a classic theme song.
It is. It's awesome, right? It's awesome.
And didn't you say that he didn't realize that your channel was or your Papa Pete, the old guy gamer?
Yeah, I'm gonna find a video clip and play it for you.
That sounds like something he would do too. Not even realize it just gave you a whole new name.
That actually shouldn't take me very long to find. It's funny because I talked about my outros and stuff that I have from different people. Of course, I got them from Dan. Let's see.
Yes, it is a great earworm, Johnny.
Oh yeah. I have people say though they get embarrassed and say, "Oh, caught my 6-year-old kid singing." I was watching your channel the other day, and the next thing I know, my 6-year-old kid is singing your theme song at the supper table. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. And it's like, sorry, but I'm not. That's classic. All right, let's see. View. There we go. Nope. Just give me a sec. It's rolling whenever you're ready. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Zoomp. And I'm going to turn it up just so it'll come through the speaker, hopefully. It's rolling whenever you're ready.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer, not the old ass gamer, like I said. Old guy gamer. Close enough though.
It's rolling.
That is close enough.
It is close enough. I tell you, I wouldn't have it any other way at this point. Beautiful.
Funny. Oh man.
There. I'm scared when I turn that up to hear something like that. I want to get it turned back down so I don't get an echo. So let me know if I leave an echo with you guys.
You sound good, man.
Good.
I got to go back on his channel and watch some more. I haven't seen his channel. I know he did a video where he said he was going to stop doing pickups, but then like a month later he did a pickup. And it sounds like he's just going to kind of do them every so often, not on a weekly basis.
He's going to do them every so often, and then he's also doing a chat or stream every Tuesday night at 7 Eastern.
Is that the one that's about music?
It's about music. Yeah, Dan knows a lot about music. He collects a lot of music. Let me tell you that. Vinyl, CDs, anything. He's got it, But like back in the, he's right into it, right? I mean, that was his shtick. That was his thing. I don't even know where the place is. Rebel Gaming Club. Show that right there. That's the logo. A couple stickers. I've got so many things here now buried. I can't find it. But
yeah, he was on our show, on our channel. Back in February?
That's right. That was the day you couldn't.
I couldn't make it, and he was there. It really bummed me out because I really wanted to see. Really wanted to meet Dan.
I think that this probably, Jeff, it's not a bad idea to revisit that at this point. It's been long enough. Hey, Relic, it's been long enough now. Revisit it.
Yeah, I wonder if. Yeah, we'll see if he'll come back on.
A little bit of cross promotion and talk about the show he's doing on Tuesday nights. And
that's true. Did he come out with a new album? I remember him talking about it.
COVID really kicked the shit out of that, right? Because they were trying to get guys together. I think they did some, and they've done some music, but they haven't been able to get together enough to do it. Now,
yeah, I know the COVID really affected all their streaming because they did so much stuff together, like with different people.
Yeah. Now he did a lot with his brother and with his brother-in-law, who live right there, not far away. Ryan was actually on the pickup video just last week or the week before. Hasn't been too much, but so they're close by. But a lot of it is just they did one a week for like 3 years. It's hard to maintain that long, It's really hard to maintain something that long. He did an amazing job doing it, and he's still doing something. But Dan's the driving force behind it, and I don't know. It's just the way things go. Every once in a while, the guys will get together and they'll do something again. And it seems to me it wasn't very long ago. He like for the last 2 or 3 weeks, he did a really good one. And Yesay Asha was on it. Yesay? You remember Yesay?
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, I've never met him or anything.
Great guy, fellow Canadian. He's from up in Ontario, Pemberton, Ontario, I believe. And it's funny how people come together. That's what's so wonderful about. I don't know. I love so much about these communities, right? I mean, how the hell did you and I start, and Stu and Lance and JD start coming together and Bar, to do these movie shows and stuff? We don't live anywhere near each other. We just sort of have similar likes and interests, and it just sort of works out that way. It's kind of neat. I always every once in a while sit back and just am baffled how people find each other to these similar interests.
Well, out of all the people that I know now from YouTube, I started watching you first. And then I started following your Miko stuff. And then I ran into OAB Pete.
Yep.
I started hanging out in his chats, and then he started doing the Amico show, and then you were on that. And I started participating in the chats. And then we started the channel, and then
yep.
That's when it all started. So yeah, it is interesting. Because I was talking to somebody because I was wearing this shirt
right
last week. We were at the hospital and the doctor saw it and he goes, "Oh, I like that shirt." And he said, "What game's that from?" I was like, "Ice hockey."
Should have got golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he started asking questions about online stuff, and I said, I've got a friend in Canada. I said, we'll play this game online, and we're nowhere even close to each other. What are we, like 1,500 miles away or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the weirdest thing. I mean, who would have thought in the late 80s or so you'd be playing ice hockey against somebody
There you go.
online?
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. It really is amazing, guys. It's like, and the ones sitting here watching now and chatting and talking with, and this, like, I don't know.
Lance, I have not hooked up to new television yet. I haven't even had a chance. I got so many games going on. I need to do that before Chuck's next show, actually.
We've been 2 weeks off. It's hard. Like, I just go right back to the same old thing. It's hard to do something like that every week. And Chuck is doing 2 streams a week, and how many videos?
He does at least five a week. I know he does Monday through Friday.
Yep.
I don't think he does them on weekends usually.
Still, I'm sorry, it's hard to maintain that pace. I would love to be able to release 2 a week, and I find that difficult. I do a lot of editing, mind you, but it's hard just to do 2 a week. I can't fathom. Like, that's kind of why I stopped streaming a bit on Tuesday nights, Jeff, because I found that I was getting no videos out whatsoever just because of that one extra night, you know?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I've been doing just I've been doing those 2 videos a week, and then sometimes I'll do a third video, or sometimes I'll do a stream. And my videos they're very simple editing. It's pretty much just I pretty much just record in one take. Sometimes it'll take I'll keep messing something up and I'll start over. But for the most part, I just take what I did and throw it in Premiere and put some stuff in it. Every once in a while I have to cut some stuff out, but not too much. So the stuff I do is really simple. And even that, just doing 2 a week, and then this show, and then it's time consuming after a while.
Yep, absolutely. I'm hoping to release another one on Friday, another indie homebrew spotlight. But I promised to do Shark 2 next in the indie homebrew spotlight.
Have you played it?
I'm going to renege on that because I have one that's a little bit more timely. I'm going to have a little blurb, a short one out on the upcoming. Everybody should be kind of excited for it too. Oh, what do we got? It's Perry. Ralph. Here, Ralph.
Perry. Is Mongo on?
No, I don't know where he is.
Oh, great. You lost the cat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It's Ralph.
Look at Ralph.
Oh my God. Hugo. Come here, Hugo, come on.
Want to show Hugo?
Nah, he ran. He walked off.
Yeah, I was telling Pete we've got we're dog sitting for one dog, and we've just got 2 cats. So we went from 1 animal to 4 in the house right now. Yeah, Lance, I'm excited to try it to see if I can tell the difference in the controls. Quill. Hold on now, Pete. You've had 4 animals on the show tonight.
I've had 4 animals on the show. Want me to go get Bucky?
Yeah. Just bring them all out. You should have them all in the background.
What I always, kind of the goal is to one day have a picture with all 5 cats.
Cats are hard to wrangle.
Cats are hard to wrangle. That's a great way to put it. Because one of the cats does not come downstairs.
So the youngest cat we just got, he's only, I don't know what it is, a month and a half old or something.
Right.
Really small. But the other day I was sitting in the chair in the TV room, and he ran towards me and jumped and grabbed onto my leg like he would like curtains. And all 4 of his paws were dug into my leg like this. And then he started climbing. I just shook him off like, what are you doing? I know you're small, but man, those claws hurt.
I'm climbing.
It's climbing my leg like a tree. Here, AOR says, do you think Cloudy Mountain and Night Stalker are near 50% finished? I'm guessing they got to be close. They got to be at least 80 to 90% finished. What do you think?
More than that.
They might even be done.
I think there are some other things coming down the pipe over the next 4 or 5
both
weeks.
of those were launch games.
Yeah.
If I remember right. So
they were.
Yeah, they got to be almost done if they plan on launching anytime soon. I still think Miko's going to launch in April because, I mean, everything they said last year about an April date would still fit for this year. I mean, they said the retailers wanted something in April.
Yeah.
And that's what it came down to. So I would think that's what they're shooting for. Right? It's a fight.
Hard to keep these animals happy.
Have any of your animals eaten any of your game boxes yet, Pete?
Okay, what's the worst that's happened so far? Is Coco shit on a copy of Mario Kart Double Dare for the GameCube.
Oh no, that's actually worth something. It's not like it's not a super expensive game, but it's pretty much held its value, if not more.
That was quite a while ago. That was in one of the pickup videos, 64-bits channel, probably that I re-released. But
I'm curious. I think Double Dash is pretty.
Oh, that's
now that you mention it, it's got to be. It's probably more than $100 now because it's GameCube and all those games just shot up like crazy.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
All right, now I'm curious.
Anyway, that was what Coco did. She didn't chew it; she shit on it, and it was not salvageable.
Couldn't you just wipe it off?
He got into the artwork.
Oh, that would be a great story though when you pull out to play.
This is true. At that time, it was worth. Well, I bought a copy the next week from Dan O'Day, and I bought it for like $25. He had found it thrifting or something like that. This is how long ago it was. It was before I ever had a YouTube channel. Frankly, I just felt bad for Connor. Connor was upset. It was his, and so I bought him another copy of it for like I said at that point, $25.
Was the disc okay?
What's that?
Was the disc okay?
I think it was. I think we saved the disc. It was just like it was in the artwork is what it was. So
PTs aren't as expensive as I thought. It's looks like it's going for 50s to around $70 or so. That's not. Oh wait a minute, these aren't. I don't think these are buy it now though. This is a complete in box. I take it back. These are just. Oh no, it is a buy it now for $60. Complete in box. Wow, that's a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. Because I think even Mario Sunshine's pretty expensive. I
wish there was a cartridge inside that box.
Johnny, I don't know why Cloudy Mountain and Night Stalker weren't physical editions. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I don't either. It's never been discussed. I don't know. So,
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe they're not ready, but you'd think they'd be ready if they were planning on having it ready for launch. What?
But here's another thing.
Ago.
Here's another thing to think, strategy-wise, marketing-wise. You have these games, which by all intents and purposes, both Night Stalker and Cloudy Mountain are going to be like friggin' I'm trying to equate it. Mario Odyssey, right? They're going to be friggin' major releases for the system.
They're going to be bangers, Pete.
Are you going to dilute that by having them thrown out with another 15 games in the release now, or in the what do they call it, launch titles? I know Tommy originally said that he wanted to have the most launch titles ever for a video game with 30, 35, and I think he probably still can. But is that really as wise? Is that a wise way to do it? Or are you better off to sit on that and 2 weeks into the after release Cloudy Mountain?
Well,
Everybody's looking for it. And then 2 weeks after that, release Night Stalker.
The Amico has a weird launch schedule for games. Like, I don't know if it's changed, but originally it was something like 10 to 15 days.
Yeah.
It was like basically like almost every 2 weeks, which only leaves you 26 games a year.
But it didn't necessarily say one.
No, he did say one because he said he only wanted one game on the storefront at a time.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Well,
so I always thought that was really weird. It's like I would think you'd want to, but I guess if you did one a week, you have to come up with 52 games. That might be pushing it.
Well, I mean, think about the titles. How many titles did we start when we did the Amico countdown?
We had 64.
So there's all kinds of games that are out there that have been talked about.
Yeah.
Right. How many have they gone? Like what? Cloudy Mountain and
See you, Nick.
Night Stalker. Hey, see you, Nick. Stuff like the physics in Cornhole bothers me more. Yeah, I hold it back. Absolutely, Lance. I hold it back for a few weeks to keep the.
I hadn't heard that, Lance. That's interesting. That does make sense, though.
Yeah. Like the physics in Cornhole, like I don't know how that was working. I want to see that done. I want to see Farkle done.
The physics. Did you see that video when they were adjusting the physics on Cornhole?
I did, yes. And that's what sort of brought it into mind because I thought, well, if we're just at this point now and we're 8 months after the original launch date, it was nowhere near ready at the original launch date.
No.
Right?
Well, I'm guessing they probably knew well in advance of 10-10, 20-20 that it wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, that video was hey, Mama C.
Hey, Mama C. Who are you?
If I remember right, in that video when they're showing it, I guess the game was somewhat done, but I think they were just struggling with the physics that they didn't feel like it was just quite right. And so and since they had the time, they wanted to go back and just redo it, which might be for the best. I'd rather have a good cornhole on launch, Pete.
You have to, right? You have to have it. I don't know. Anyway, it was things like that just didn't sort of fit together for me. And don't think I'm a big pessimist or anything like that. I'm farther shilling from it. If it takes time, it takes time. I don't care. I'll wait as long as it takes. I'm happy with it, frankly. I'd rather come out right than be rushed.
Now, when who was it? Was it AOR or was it Johnny? I can't remember. Was asking about the physical, like Cloudy Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
And Night Stalker. But you know what? Do you remember when Tiny originally mentioned these physical games or box editions, whatever you want to call them? Oh, see you, Johnny.
See you, Johnny.
He said that each one was going to be unique and that each have its own unique physical thing. Yes. And what we got back here doesn't match that at all. These are all the same. So I wonder if there's two different things going on. Like they're just doing these for launch and that they'll have other box editions that have something unique in them that don't follow this pattern, or if this is the standard now. And maybe they dropped that idea.
I've read a little bit lately about different colors and such. That this baby blue is just for these collector's editions. Then they'll go align more with the color scheme with the different networks. I don't know.
What I thought was cool is Tommy said in his last video.
Hey, Crow.
Yeah, so each have a different coin, at least half a coin, one side of a coin.
Yeah,
is different. Oh shoot, what was I going to say? Damn it, Crow, you knocked it right out of my head.
You were saying about how they were talking about everyone was different. The different games would have different physical properties. There should be different things with each.
Oh, Tommy was saying for the physical games that you can tell by looking at your screen if it's a physical edition or not. He said there's going to be some kind of animation or something on that little icon that'll be different than if you just buy it digitally.
Yes.
And also, I believe the limited edition is even slightly different than the next box edition that's coming out once these are sold out.
Right.
Which is, I like that idea. That's kind of cool.
Sure it is. Yeah, it's a great idea.
That's what I do.
It's the way to, it's like, don't think for a second when I say, like, you know me, I'm happy. I'm all in still. There's nothing that's changed my mind about anything. But
You're
I mean,
troublemaker,
okay, Cornell, we're working on the physics now. Okay, it was going to be released 6 months ago, so obviously it wasn't going to be released 6 months ago. Which,
yes.
Okay, great, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
you can't just like put the blinders up and not see that.
What would you do if? Yeah, obviously it was not going to be ready because I don't know what. Let's say they were going to launch, but Cornhole, which is supposed to be a pack-in game, isn't ready. Are they really going to delay this system over one game, you think? Or do you think they would just maybe send everyone out a code to download it for free once it comes out?
Here's the issue. Excuse me. If that happened and they sent me the code, I go, great, I'll enjoy it when it gets here. But there's so many damn people in the world looking for every friggin' reason to piss and moan about it.
That's true.
That it's almost not worth doing. I mean, priorities, people. Who cares? Oh, can't play cornhole, so I don't want the whole day. It's just the way it goes, And if it comes later, great. You know what? If it never comes later and they say, we didn't get it working, but here's friggin' some other game, soccer instead. Great. That'd be good too. But I'm easy to get along with. Not many people seem to be in this friggin' world sometimes. I shouldn't put it that way. Not many people should be. No, lots of people are easy to get along with. But there's so many friggin' people out there who just want to find the negative to climb the beanstalk and do the friggin' frog splash on whatever they can. That, you know what I'm saying?
I like that gross comment. They sold us games with no console. I would imagine they'd sell the console with no games.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, every freaking Nintendo does that all the time. Didn't the N64 have 2 launch games?
In North America, it did, yeah.
Two. What were
2.
they?
I only bought 1.
What were they?
Super Mario 64 and that flying game.
A Pilot Wings?
Pilot Wings 64, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that isn't exactly due. I mean, what was it today that I heard is delayed? Oh, forget. Like all this crap. Shoot. Oh, well, we talked about it already tonight. They're cutting back production of Switches because they can't get chips.
And right before the holidays, that's got to be a killer.
Shipping. Brett Weiss. I mean, I don't.
I saw that.
You and I have interviewed Brett Weiss, and we had a blast, right? His new book is supposed to be out this month.
I kickstarted that book too. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah. Well, it's delayed. It's delayed till after Christmas now. You might get it before Christmas, but I might not. I think.
Damn
I don't know.
Brett Weiss.
Huh?
I said, "Damn you, Brett Weiss."
Damn you, Brett Weiss. No, but I mean that's shipping, right? There's nothing he can do about it. His publishers delayed it. You drive by the car dealerships, there's still no cars a lot because of the thing. The Versus. So what's the scoop on? What's the latest you've heard about the Evercade Versus?
Europe is supposed to get it in December, and was it North America in January or February? I can't remember exactly which.
Yeah.
Well, it's not coming for us till next year, definitely. But it's supposed to be early January or February. I kind of heard because I was so looking forward to that, and we'd already have it by now. It was supposed to be out November 4th, I think.
So this is cat number 3 that I've held today. This is the one that was in the basket earlier. Treacle. I gotta go put Ralph out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier that you were mentioning, because you're right there. 100 cargo ships still off of Los Angeles coast. Whew.
Brian just made a comment that they'll sell the extra controllers next before the console comes out.
I was gonna say that too. Maybe they'll ship the system with no games or controllers. You get the 6 games, or you got these 8 games, and you get the system, and then 6 months later they'll send out the controllers.
I think that the same thing that's holding up the console is holding up the controller, so I don't think that's going to happen. The games were done in Europe, so they came towards the west, whereas everything else is in the east, coming toward their way out in China. Yes, it was Ralph barking. I'm going to let him out. And so that's the big problem. There's not as much of a problem getting things from Europe. It's all coming from the Orient.
Yeah. Crow. Everything being delayed gives me more time to play pinball and all those Switch games I haven't touched. Yeah, Crow, I have so many Switch games to play. I could probably go through a few years before I need to buy something new, to be honest. JD can't get Braun clean and renew cartridges. These shortages are so weird. Wow. Hold up, Pete. I'll be right back, Pete.
Yeah, the Christmas is going to be interesting this year. People trying to get all the different things they need for gifts, the things that they want. I think things are going to be in short supply.
It's going to be a rough Christmas for some people, I think, just trying to get stuff.
You're going to be paying through the nose for what you do want. So, I don't know. Oh. Hello, Treacle. We're about to have a cat fight on Go Game Go. No, don't eat the camera. Hey, Blake. The kids want cash. That's no problem with our kids. They want cash. Okay. Treacle, do not knock over my camera. Please hand me the cat sauce. All right. Well, we do need to do those when the paws start flying. It'd be a good thing to watch. This will be entertaining. Cat fight.
Cat fight. So do all your pets get along, Pete?
No, but not bad. It could be worse. We have one cat that stays downstairs because the one that lives upstairs doesn't like it.
Mama C says you're freezing up, Pete.
Oh, well. No, Treacle.
Crow, you're correct. There's never a shortage of gift cards. especially the electronic version. Yeah, I went to Starbucks, and the Starbucks by us. Well, first of all, it's really weird here. Are you still with us, Pete?
I'm here.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah. Our Starbucks for a while was shutting down at 12 because they can't find enough people to work.
That's going on everywhere too. We have those same issues.
And then they switched to where they weren't open in the morning. So it's like, I have no idea when this place is even open. But when you go up there on the menu, it says, due to the recent shortages, we're out of several items, and they will be out for a while.
Wow.
Yeah, ours says pizza in 140p.
Oh, really?
You're coming in at about 3 frames per second, Pete.
Perfectly fluid here. How's that?
Frozen.
Oh, frozen? But you can hear me the whole time.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right.
You move around every so often.
That's really strange.
But the sound's coming in.
Well,
it's like an old-time radio show.
I don't understand it. That's why I have such a hard time streaming. Another reason that I gave up streaming, trying to stream games, because it's very frustrating when you can't get it to work. Very frustrating.
Well, I tried streaming this little guy here that does Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color games.
I remember you showed me that, yeah.
So it goes through the computer. It's got its own software you have to run. It works great. I mean, and what's really cool is you can save game files to your computer.
Okay, yeah.
So if the batteries are dead in your games, which they most likely are at this point, you can just save them off there, which is pretty neat. But I tried to stream this through StreamYard because I was like sharing the second screen.
Yep.
Or no, I was sharing. What was I sharing? Oh yeah, no, I was just sharing the screen that it runs in, and it didn't. On my end, it was fine, but everyone kept saying, "You look like you're." Was it Saboteur or Born Distracted, or I can't remember who it was, said it looks like you're playing on a slideshow. Sega CD FMV quality. Sounds like he's talking from the closet. Oh, Mama C may have hit on something here, Pete.
I think that's the problem right there.
I think she was hinting at you buying her buying you a new computer.
Well, I guess that's great, you know.
That's how I heard it.
Yeah. So I can't wait till Friday.
Yeah, maybe your cats are down there like chewing on the wires.
I already fed them like 3 times today. Mind you, that's never enough for Coco.
So the dog we're watching, he's got his own food and bowl, but he doesn't like his food. He doesn't eat it at all while he's here. He goes over and eats Perry's food when Perry's not around. And I said, you know what? I said, if Perry catches you over here by her food, she is going to flip her lid, because if we go near her when she's eating her food, she goes crazy. Because when we picked her up from some place and they had a whole bunch of dogs, and I don't think they were treated that well. So I think she had a fight for her food, as my guess. And she's such a small dog, which is why she is like crazy. Like, she's like really tough. She will go after any dog. I don't care how big they are. She will just like, she's on the leash, but she'll charge them, and I'll have to, like, you know, grab a hold of her. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're the size of their head. Drifting and thrifting. Welcome. Good day.
Drifting and thrifting.
Oh, Pete, your computer is going to be delayed. There's a shortage right now.
Jeez.
Oh, crow.
But I'm back to normal now, right? It's still moving around, or am I still at 140p?
No, you're a lot better.
Okay, good.
Yeah, prescription dog food or cat food. Ooh, that's expensive.
Yeah. We tried that for a while. Coco, like I said, we have cats, right? We've had cats for a long time. They've always been. We had one years ago that had a male cat with feline urological syndrome, had bladder stones. And it had a very low ash food, but the quality of food nowadays is better in general as well. But anyway, here's Coco of 5 cats. 4 of them are healthy as could be, and she is just. And we took her to the vet to see if there's something wrong with her. We tried special foods, nothing ever seemed to work. Took her to the vet. The vet did all kinds of tests. $500-600 later, they found out no, everything's just perfect. She's fat. So I paid like $500-600 for a fat diagnosis.
But that's from a vet, Pete. You can trust that. She's fat. Well, gee, thanks. Thanks for that tip.
Ralph now needs back in.
Oh no, he's back in. At least he's good to go. He's fine. Just too fat. Wait, is MySpace really back? They never went away, did they? Weren't they always still there? I'm not sure who was using it.
What's that?
Born Distracted said that MySpace is back, but under a new name.
Oh, really? I can remember MySpace.
It was all the rage before Facebook.
Yeah, the Facebook sort of existed at the same time, and it was sort of dumb. Facebook, or sorry, Meta. Oh yeah, that's
Yep.
drifting and thrifting. You're not kidding. Just buy good food to start with and not have the friggin' problems. That's what ours originally used to call them. My $2,500 cat, which doesn't seem that bad nowadays or as bad nowadays. But this was like the '90s, and it was like. Eesh.
Yeah, so Facebook changed their name to Meta as the whole company, but then Facebook, the website and app, is staying the same. It's just like when Google changed their name to Alphabet. And changing Facebook, it makes sense because with the company name Facebook, then everything has got that Facebook name when it may have nothing to do with Facebook, which is kind of weird. JD likes twit face.
Twit face.
I can hear people in the hallway looking for the cat. He's so small and he can crawl. He can like squish down and crawl in these little tiny spaces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you ever have a MySpace account, Pete?
Absolutely.
I don't know if I ever did.
I probably still do if it exists. I have no idea.
Yeah. How do they change their name? Because you'd have to change the URL, right?
I
don't think they just like do a redirect for that. It seems kind of weird. Let's see what myspace.com is right now. I don't know what this is. It looks like a news site now.
Courtney Love on Rape Me in Succession. I've never been so proud. What?
Yeah, I go to it. There's a big picture of what is this? It's top right on MySpace. It says connect with people. Oh, I see. You're looking for, I guess you can find people in your area, but they show a picture of the actress Ashley Benson as if you're going to connect with her.
It's one of these clickbait things now, I think.
Oh, you were serious, Born Distracted? It's called Space Hay? What?
I'm looking.
Spacehay.com?
Hey, Born Distracted. Good to see you, man. Space Hay. I gave it a new name already. It's called Space Hay. All right, let's search for Space Hay. We shouldn't have searched for it. It's just a...
Well, there's a website, spacehay.com, a space for friends. That can't be it, though, can it? Look at it. It looks like I've made it.
Okay. Oh, Mama C, if you're still listening, there's going to be a new concert coming out very soon, a tour, ABBA and Costello. We have to find tickets. It's going to be ABBA and Elvis Costello.
So who opens in that situation?
Well, to me, it's Elvis Costello, but...
Because they're both pretty big at one point.
Oh, yeah. I can only name you one Elvis Costello song, though.
Allison?
No, the only one I really remember is Every Day I Write the Book.
I'm not even sure if I know that one.
The video was the actors of Princess Di and Prince Charles.
You've got Watching the Detectives. What are...
I use MeWe and Pillow Fart. What the hell is Pillow Fart? MeWe, I don't like that.
Yeah, I use that. We've got... Oh, let me show the cat.
Oh, it's cat. Yep, show the cat.
Wait, he stuck to Celia's shirt. Yeah, Watching the Detectives is a good one, JD. Let's see.
Oh, sorry, Pillow Fort.
Pillow Fort. Here, this is Bongo.
Oh, Bongo.
Oh God. He's fighting for his life right now.
Those claws get more dull as they get older.
There's Bongo. You can see. What's that song he's got with zero in the name? I've got several of his songs on my phone that I listen to when I'm driving around. I just can't even think of them now.
Elvis Costello.
Elvis Costello. Every time I unhook one paw, another. Okay, now he's hooked onto me.
Do you realize Mama C's going to the SPCA in Fredericton tomorrow, right?
She's doing what?
She sees a kitten. Now she's going to the SPCA.
Tell her to pick you up a new computer while she's out.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. For the first time, and I don't know how long, I am in my room right now. There are no cats and no dogs. And the snake's not even here.
Jeez. You're all alone, Pete. The cackle is back.
It's been a long time, actually. You know what? We missed that.
I missed having a laugh track in the same room.
That's right.
Those are the good old days when
It's very contagious.
when
She
we
has
were
a
in
very
that
contagious laugh.
we were in that apartment and all like the same area. Like my kids would go like heat something up to eat. You could hear them hitting the like beeping the numbers on the microwave while we're doing the show.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
All first class here on Go Game Go, Pete.
Hey, it had a hell of a lot of character, buddy.
Oh yeah, the flip. I've heard about some of this where they, or sometimes they would, some situations with groups they'd like. I guess they'd kind of alternate.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So if the Beatles were still around and the Rolling Stones were still around and they had a concert together,
Ooh.
I mean, I'm a big Beatles fan, so I would have Rolling Stones open for them. But
I don't know that it would ever be any different. And I think there was always some tension there, was there not?
well, I just saw something about some kind of article. I just saw a headline. I didn't read it. McCartney kind of took a swipe at Rolling Stones, and so I didn't read it. So I don't know what really happened. But I just read the headline. I was thinking that's kind of weird. Why would any of them care about the others? They're two of the most well-known bands in the world. They all made a ton of money.
Yeah,
all very successful. Why would you even bother to complain about anything?
I don't know. But sometimes the attitude that makes you want to complain about something like that is the same attitude that gets you to that point in the first place.
Well, that's a good point right there.
Yeah. So without having that attitude, you wouldn't be there to begin with.
Lance, the good old days here on the show of Nell Carter versus Shirley from What's Happening.
Listen, Shirley may have the bigger snarl on her face, but I really think Nell Carter would friggin' mop the floor with her.
Well, Nell Carter had that low center of gravity. It may have been harder to knock her off her feet.
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true, because Shirley was a little bit more the afro's out here, so be more top heavy.
Yeah, might be able to knock her over.
Yeah.
I wonder if Raj or Dee would come in to help out Cheryl.
That's a show still I've not watched enough of, is What's Happening.
I watched that every week when it was on. I'm sure if I watch it now, it would probably be terrible. I don't know. There was something about the characters on that show.
Ooh. Lance just made a great point. Wouldn't that be special?
And what would the name be?
Doesn't matter what the hell the name is. They play both songs. Because they could do it too.
Can you imagine, even if they just did one show, that would be unbelievable.
Forget
Man, just mixing the best of both.
headline a Live Aid right
Oh,
there.
God,
Another Live Aid of some sort.
that would be amazing.
Raise money to try to figure out how to get the ships in from the Los Angeles harbor. Battle against COVID right there. Friggin' Ringo Starr, Paul McCartney, and listen, I'm sorry I couldn't even tell you. Well, Keith Richards and who was the bassist for Rolling Stones? I mean, they said need a bassist. Lance, who was it?
I just know of the drummer that died. Who's the bassist?
Charlie. The same here. That's what I'm thinking too, Jeff. Charlie Watts just died.
Charlie Watts, yeah. I don't know. Or did he just quit?
Who? The bassist or Charlie Watts? Charlie Watts died.
Charlie Watts. I mean, the bassist, because Watts is dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He definitely quit.
Yep.
God,
Could you
that'd be
imagine
something,
if they did one show? Wow.
What if Mick Jagger sang the Beatles songs and Paul McCartney sang the Rolling Stones songs? That'd be crazy. You know,
It's kind of weird though, because Mick does nothing but sing, right?
yeah. You know, I always wondered if, and I don't think it does exist, but like for the Beatles, you know, if John Lennon wrote the song, he sang the song, and whoever wrote the song sang it for the most part. I think Ringo may have had a few songs that he didn't write that he sang, but God, wouldn't you love to hear like John Lennon sing "Get Back" or Paul McCartney sing, "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds"? I wonder if they ever did anything like that, even just kind of messing around in the studio.
Undoubtedly, they did.
I always like the songs. I mean, I like the later, the late '60s Beatles stuff more so than the early '60s Beatles stuff. But the stuff I like about the early stuff is when they would. I guess they did a little bit later on too, but I always liked when Lennon and McCartney both sang on the song. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite songs, Beatles songs, is "A Day in the Life."
There you go.
Yeah.
I think they both wrote their portion of the song that they sang. If I remember right, I think they weren't quite sure what to do with it, and they finally stuck them together.
Yeah. Yeah.
That song, I think, routinely pops up as the #1 fan favorite on the Beatles channel. I don't know if you ever listen to that.
Sirius?
Yeah.
Is that 18, channel 18 or something like that? I do have it. Yes.
Yeah. No, I listened to that and First Wave a lot. But when we would travel to Tulsa, it's like 6 hours. We would travel on, what was it? Labor Day or Memorial Day? Can't remember which one. But on one of those days, they do the top like 100 songs.
That's the perfect length of a trip for the Intellivisionaries podcast.
I didn't even know about them.
Okay, sorry, I just had to say that. Mama C didn't get to enjoy that, so.
But I would love listening to that going all the way down because Paul Asher always hosts it, and he is, what is he, the brother of the woman that Paul McCartney was dating back then in the 60s?
Oh, okay. Yep.
And he would tell stories about, it'd be like the holidays, and Paul McCartney would be there, and I think he like was testing out a new song on them once. I can't remember it's a very famous Beatles song. I don't remember which one it was, but he said he played it for them there. Like, what a memory. You're sitting there, you hear a Paul McCartney Beatles song for the first, like before anyone else hears it.
Yeah.
It's not even out yet.
It reminds me of that movie Yesterday. Is that what it's called? Yesterday, right?
I want to see that so bad. It's such a great idea for a movie.
Fantastic. You've not seen it?
No.
We talked about that here one night on the show. We were talking about, I can't remember what the theme was, movie night. And I brought up that I really, really enjoyed, and I did, Across the Universe. And I had just recently seen this yesterday. And yeah, I really did like it.
So wait a minute. What's Across the Universe? What's that about?
Oh, it's
I know it's a Beatles thing.
it's a Beatles thing. It's just it's a play. It's a movie that's a story, and it's Beatles music is incorporated into it. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, the actors all sing Beatles songs as part of the plot, and it's good. I really do like it. I enjoy the soundtrack. I enjoy the singers that did it. Yeah, I really like it. But yesterday is just different. Yesterday is more about the music, and to me, well, yeah, I guess that's supposed to put it. It's about the music and how this guy. It's fantastic. As well.
Isn't like in a world where this guy realizes that no one knows who the Beatles are, and he just starts ripping off their songs because nobody knows who they are?
Something happens. I can't remember what it is. That he is the only one left in the world who remembers the Beatles, but that's part of the plot too. So.
That sounds like the ultimate fantasy there.
He's a musician, and he's sitting there and he sings. I think it's yesterday, sitting at the table with his girlfriend and in-laws or something like that, and he starts just singing yesterday, and they're like, "Oh my God, that was amazing!" And he goes, "Well, yeah, it's freaking the Beatles, absolutely." Who? And it's like, and then he realizes as more and more, nobody knows anything. No, the Beatles are wiped out of existence. It's really good. The JD is put on there. JD really like it is. It's a great movie to watch. You have to watch that, Jeff. You like the Beatles, you'll like the movie.
Oh yeah, I love the Beatles.
If you love the Beatles, and you don't mind, well, all of it's not original music, but like originally Beatles tunes played by other people. Watch Across the Universe. You can get it for a song on Blu-ray, and it's a lot of fun. It's just it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I love it.
I didn't think about that. Those both are on Blu-ray, but
Lance Jennings, was it better than the Pete Frampton Bee Gees movie, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? Damn near everything is better than Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's painful to watch, to me. Have you seen that one?
No, I have not.
Sgt. Pepper's Lance, JD says. Yeah.
I've only seen.
Ooh.
Oh, what Beatles movie have I seen? I think I saw Help.
Well, that was the actual Beatles, too.
Yeah.
Which helps. No pun intended.
All right. Yesterday on Blu-ray is 1357.
Man, yesterday is a fantastic movie. You should be able to find it streaming, though, somewhere, I would think. Same with Across the Universe. I know you have a few different streaming channels. It's really, really worth your time to watch. So yeah. I like the people. Jim Sturgis is the name of the kid who plays the lead role. Evan Rachel Wood is the main. Shoot, I can't remember what the names are, but their names, all the character names as well, fit into the Beatles genre. Names from the is there a Lucy? And the names even fit, right? And it plays music from the beginning right up through the end of the Beatles. It's not based on any album; it's based on their entire library. So,
wait, what movie was Steve Martin singing Maxwell's Silver Hammer?
That's Sgt. Pepper's. Exactly, Lance. That was rough.
Wait, when was this out?
Oh, 76.
Oh,
George Burns was big in it. I think George Burns' character was Mr. Kite, I believe, or something like that. Oh yeah, it was 76, and it is painful to watch. I've watched it start to finish, and
well, so the album came out in 67. Why did they make a movie about it 10 years later, basically?
Yeah, it's not a good movie. Even Peter Frampton is not good in it.
George Burns singing "Fixing a Hole" is different.
Yeah, that's the problem. It was yesterday and Across the Universe. These are people who can singing. Sgt. Pepper's was not all people who could singing. It was very schlocky, yeah.
Did you ever hear the rumor that George Burns died before his 100th birthday, but they kept it a secret just so he could turn 100? you ever hear that story?
I don't.
That's kind of funny. It's like, what does George Burns care? He's dead.
Crow, it is a must see, like in that way. Like that's a movie that there's absolutely no way that I could tell you how bizarre. I love weird movies like that too. Like something like, okay, that's so bad it's good. It's so bad it's good. But then when you're done, you go, no, that was pretty bad. But it is. I'm never going to tell you a movie is so bad that I have not watched. But I'm also not going to tell you don't watch that movie ever because you might love it, but I don't think you will.
Pete, you've seen Jaws, right? I'm sure.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Have you seen them all?
Oh no. I've heard of them all. Frankly, I think I've only seen the first one.
Me too. I've seen the first one. That's it though.
Is it Jaws 4 is so infamous, so infamously bad. I've never seen it. But I just tell you the lore behind it is that it's infamously bad. But it's that Michael Caine. Oh shoot! What movie was it that Michael Caine turned down to film Jaws 4?
Was it a famous one?
Pardon me?
Was it a famous movie?
Oh yeah. Need Viking Stew's take on Sergeant Pepper movie? Absolutely, we do. Oh, he's gonna say the same thing. He's not gonna enjoy that because the music isn't even good in it. It's like he didn't like Across the Universe at all either, though. If I remember correctly, he liked Yesterday. I saw Jaws and Moonraker. Yeah,
I did too.
I love Moonraker. Loved it. I love those schlocky friggin' James Bond movies, and I love the friggin' more serious James Bond movies like the ones that are out now. I love No Time to Die.
By the way, speaking of unusually big actors. I was mentioning in our chat the other day that I ran across, I think it was Amazon Prime, I ran across the Addams Family movie from the 70s.
Oh yeah. I saw that post there. I don't remember that or vaguely.
It had all the original main characters. It had the original Gomez, Morticia, Lurch, Fester. They were all there. Just
the kids were different, right?
The kids were different. Although there's an opening scene where they're all brushing each other's hair, which is really bizarre. And Pugsley, it looked like the original actor, but just, a lot bigger. But then when the show started, Pugsley was a different actor. He wasn't the same actor that they showed at the very beginning.
That's weird. Catch up on the chat a little bit here.
Wow, we got some Twitch people in here, Pete.
Oh, right on. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Have you ever seen The Ringer?
I've seen The Ringer, and as offensive as it is, I don't give a shit. I like it. I like, it's another one of these weird old movies. I like Johnny Knoxville. I like Jackass movies. I've seen them all. Well, yeah, I think there's only 3 or 4 of them. I think I've seen them all. I've watched first couple 2 or 3 times. Some of them are pretty cringeworthy. There's a new one coming out. Poor taste. Oh my God, The Ringer, poor taste. I don't think you can make it nowadays, but I watched it. It's all right.
Shady says, do you guys see I sent a story from the original Jaws was actually based on a true story in New Jersey? I did not.
So Simple Jackson. Have you ever seen Jaws? Oh, that's who asked that. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I missed that because I'm looking at the YouTube feed over here, and it's not coming up.
Right. You can't see that. Right? You've got to watch the chat in StreamYard to see everybody's.
That's cool. So we're learning something new all the time. What else we got? What is Jaws? Okay. Great movie.
They love Moonraker.
The Ringer I've seen. 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Nah, I've heard of it.
Stay away, Pete.
Yeah. What's your take on Johnny Sins as an actor? I don't know who that is. I
Yeah.
actually did hear some scoop on that about Jaws, JD, about it being a true story based upon something, but I think it was a shark attack. Oh, let's make a movie about that. I don't think anything else was the same. Cool.
I've
Right
read
on.
through all this.
So, yeah, remember we did. It's been a long time since we did that James Bond show. Have you seen the new one yet?
I haven't seen. I can't remember the last time I saw a James Bond film. It's got to be 20 years.
Oh, we were sitting here, Mama, like a month, 2 months, whatever. Go, Mama C said, "Let's go for a drive and see this movie." So we get up on a Saturday morning and we watched the 12 noon show, and it was pretty quiet in the theater. Let me tell you that. I really enjoyed it. I've not watched a James Bond movie that I didn't like, frankly. Never Say Never Again was like, yeah, but I'd watch it again. Remember when we did that original James Bond episode of the movie night? I'd gone right up through, but I still haven't even gotten into the Timothy Dalton movies. I ended at A View to a Kill, that was Roger Moore's last one, right?
When was that? I think I may have seen that one.
A View to a Kill? Oh, like 87, 88. That was the first number one theme, James Bond theme that hit number one in North America, I believe. Duran Duran, A View to a Kill. So, yeah, it was late 80s, mid-late 80s. And then you got your Timothy Daltons, your Pierce Brosnans. Am I missing somebody? Daniel Craig? Just 3 more after that?
I'm trying to think. I know I saw one of the Timothy Daltons. I may have seen one after that. I can't remember. Yeah, Duran Duran theme, View to Kill was pretty good.
George Lazenby.
I've never seen that movie.
George Lazenby's?
Mm-hmm.
I had never seen it either. And I watched it when I was going up through the mall, like before we did the last one. And I really liked that one very much. I thought he was great as a James Bond. I don't know what happened there. That was one of the best shows going. Diana Rigg was his wife, was James Bond's wife who got killed.
Didn't he not want to do it again?
Maybe that was it. I don't know.
I thought I heard that he didn't do it.
I thought he did a great job. Anyway, I've never heard of him before nor since. So if he didn't want to do it, he must have wanted to go off and be a beet farmer or something. I don't know.
Yeah, what did he ever do after that?
I know of nothing. I'm sure he did, but
You know of anything he did before that movie?
nothing. No, the only thing I know George Lazenby from is that movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Peach, we call it a night. We've been going over 2 hours.
I think so. It was a good night.
Was a good
Coco
night.
was sitting here, barely keep her eyes open.
How's Coco doing?
Coco's doing all right. She's just chilling. B.
Coco's very
Arthur
comfortable.
versus Richard Keel. Discuss.
Wait, is that you or did someone say that?
No, I said that.
Well, unless you can give me a good reason, I'm going with B. Arthur. She was tough.
She was tough. But I still remember Richard Keel, not only his Jaws, but in The Longest Yard. I think I broke his freaking neck.
Yes.
I think I broke his freaking neck.
Oh, it was a good movie.
I did. I broke his freaking neck.
He was so proud of himself.
And then I also liked him in Happy Gilmore.
Wait, he was in Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore.
He was?
He was the one that he ended up being a buddy with. He was Happy Gilmore's boss at something. didn't like him, and then Happy Gilmore got big. He started following him around, and that was when Joe O'Flaherty was Jackass. Hey, Jackass! And it was Richard Kiel who went after him and pounded him to make him stop because was it Shooter McGavin? Is that what the bad guy
I think
was?
so. The really great golfer at the time.
Yeah, I get a kick out of like cameos, right? Like I watched, like we were getting the Bret Hart one and this and that, and every once in a while he'll come up and he's not whatever the hell his real name is. It doesn't come up like that. It comes up Shooter McGavin. Yeah, but anyway, Shooter McGavin hired Joe O'Flaherty there to hey Jackass, and it was Richard Kiel, his old boss, who took him out.
How do I not remember Richard Kiel on a movie? I mean, he really stands out.
Yeah, he doesn't really mix into a crowd very well.
I thought he was dead by then. When did he die?
Not long afterwards. But remember, Happy Gilmore is an old movie now. Was that not in the 90s, maybe?
Yeah, it had to be 90s because Adam Sandler was.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Another reason why I like that movie, Bob Barker.
That was absolutely classic. I don't know if I got him to Bob. I don't think I did. Jesus, why didn't I? I don't know. I sent pictures to Bob Barker to sign 7 or 8 years ago. Why it wasn't a friggin' Happy Gilmore picture, I don't know. I don't think I did.
He's still alive, right?
Bob Barker is still alive, yes. He's got to be, I'm going to say 98 or 99.
Man, I love some on Price is Right.
So weird. Have you ever turned it on the last since COVID and stuff? It's just so strange.
Price is Right?
Yeah.
What do they do now? Do they even have how do they do the crowd?
The crowd is like tables with not many people, and it's just weird. It's just strange. Okay.
Do they have to wear the mask at the table?
I don't remember. I don't think so, but
I was just telling Sal, I was laughing. I said, what we need to do is put more tables all over the place because apparently you can't spread COVID at a table.
Yeah, that's right.
Walk into a restaurant with the mask, sit down, off the mask goes.
That's right. That's right.
You have to go to the bathroom, you get up, put on a mask. It was like
Bob Barker will be 98 years old on December 12th.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder how he's doing.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe you should send off a photo real quick to him. Ask him, say, can you please sign this as quick as possible?
No, I don't want to do that again. I don't know if I ever told you the story, but do you remember Mae Young?
The wrestler?
The wrestler?
Yeah.
Mae Young, I can't tell you what year it was now. I can tell you what year it was in a second here. I sent off some pictures. Mae Young was, and of course, I was on the website, was a very good signer. Okay. She signed pictures for people, just mail to her. She'd sign them. I sent her some pictures on January 9th, 2014. I went away for some training right then and there, and I was gone for 2 weeks, I think. And while I was gone, I had mailed them only a day or two before I left. I heard that she passed away. Okay, January 14th, she died, 2014. Like 5 days after I sent them. When I got back after 2 weeks, the pictures were there at my sister's house. They had been returned. And she had, like, it wasn't like, it was like, you could tell. It was so strange. It was just like, yeah, she had signed, but she was known as being a person who always did sign whatever you sent her for her fans and stuff, right?
You may have her final autograph, Pete.
It's possible, yeah.
Very possible, because not many could have come after you.
No, that's right.
Wasn't she pre-Moolah? Wasn't she a champion before Moolah?
Oh, yeah. She was born, and I'm looking now as I check her. She's 6 months older than Bob Barker. No, yeah.
Was it? She was the first NWA. She was the first woman NWA champion, right? Because when we went to that match,
That's right.
I'm pretty sure they mentioned that Mae Young was the first champion.
Was it Mae Young or was it Millie?
I don't know.
You remember? It's probably Mae Young. You were there.
Well, no, I don't remember, but
you were in the crowd.
Yeah, because they showed the belt, and the belt, like, you know how the belts are now, they're like this big.
Yeah.
And they look ridiculous. Yes. Like Alexa Bliss wears it. It takes up her whole torso, but this belt was really tiny. Just teeny tiny.
Yeah, no, very true. Yeah.
All right, Pete. I think that's a show.
I think so.
All right. Should we show your video on the way out?
I would think that would be appropriate. Although we probably didn't. I got to say this. I want to, before we go, two things. First of all, I want to thank you very much for having me on again, because now I've co-hosted with Viking Stu, and I've co-hosted with Just Jeff. I don't know why I called you Just Jeff, but that seems to be you're Jeff and Viking Stu, so it's Just Jeff and Viking Stu. Anyway.
And you've been on with both of us several times.
That's right. But most of all, I want to say I'm sorry because I really didn't fulfill Stu's wishes. We get off track several times today.
That's right.
So, anyway, on that note,
next time he's on an assignment elsewhere, we'll do that.
Right on.
I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna wait. We got there's JD. Go game.
Go game. JD's filling in for me,
and he lost track.
Thank you, JD.
He got distracted.
Thank you, JD. You even got to see my hockey skates, my goalie skates.
I know.
They're downstairs. Like I found them in the basement yesterday. So it might look just like that.
I think I'm going to take us out of the stream so people can just see our beautiful pictures one last time and then play your video.
We're beautiful people.
Where is the video? Oh, there's the video. All right. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
We will see you.
Hey, Coco, I guess we did it right the first time out. We had our big break a couple weeks ago. We got the co-host Go Game Go with Viking Stu, and they asked us back to co-host once again tonight. Well, this time, it's Viking Stu that's not there. I don't know where he's going. I mean, but today, we're going to be there with Just Jeff. And Just Jeff and I asked Stu, I said, well, you always have some great topics. What do you want us to talk about? And he says, what else do you think I want you to talk about? There's only one thing that I care about.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Are you sure, Stu?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
What was that again?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
One more time. I couldn't hear it.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Did he say what I think he said?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
He did. He did say what I think he said.
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Are you for fucking real?
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.
Damn you, Go Game Go!
Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi.